Cousins, Kim folks, what's good? It's your girl, the Real Life Plug, and I'm back with another episode for the Lifeline Travel CNA podcast series. I don't know. I still need to work out the wording on that. Like, I really don't know exactly how to put it all together, but we're back with another episode for the podcast. This particular series is what I wish I knew before I became a travel CNA. So welcome. I'm gonna let some of y'all come up in here for a little bit. Give y'all a few minutes to get in here, even though I'm late. I know I'm late, but I'm gonna give y'all a few moments to get up in here. And as per usual, your girl forgot to put on lip gloss before she started, so you torn. Get that poppin' loppin' real quick. Cousins, we are on the road to 1K. I finally did the math. Hold on, let me adjust this just a little bit. So I finally did the math. We are on the road to 1K. We need 575 cousins in 52 days. My birthday is in 52 days. I cannot believe it. I'm going to be 28. It's like mind blowing. It's a little ecstatic. It's a little bittersweet. Like my 20s are coming to an end, but the 30s, I heard 30s is where it's at anyway. But yes, in 52 days, I will be 28, which means we got 52 days to get 575 cousins subscribed and walking on this cousin walk with us. I have some pretty big things in store for the channel. I know that I've been saying that for months, but I think that you guys are starting to see a little bit more of the things that I was talking about almost a year ago. In 52 days, y'all, we will be on this walk with each other for almost a year. Can you believe it? That year went by so fast, like so fast. It went by so fast, and I'm just really thankful to all and each and every one of my cousins. Y'all have been so supportive. You've been liking and commenting and subscribing and sharing with your friends, and I'm so ecstatic and just grateful for that from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, I really truly am. My YouTube channel changed my life, literally. Like, if I would have never picked up that camera and started walking around, or my iPhone 7. I started my channel recording on an iPhone 7. If I would have never picked up that phone and started this channel, I don't think that we would be here today. And I've taken you guys on so many adventures. We've gone to like 5 states already this year. And it's just up. It's just up. So I really want to thank my cousins so much for joining me, for sharing, and it's just up from here. So make sure you are telling your mama, cousin, sister, auntie, baby, daddy, brother, cousin, mother, father, tell whoever. Join the cousin walk. It's not just nursing related content, although a lot of it is centered around nursing, but there's so much information about the different things that I do in my life, the different things that I want to do with my life, the places I go, we travel, we eat good, we turn up, we get litty, we go to concerts, all types of things. So thank you so much to my cousins. Again, y'all have helped change my life in such a positive and permanent manner that I didn't even have in store. Like when I first started walking around my neighborhood in Lithonia, I didn't even know that this is where we would be. So this is where we are, this is where it's at, and I thank you all so much. Let's continue to grow and thrive, and 575 cousins in 52 days, we can get it done. So today we're going to continue on with our What I Wish I Knew Before I Became a Travel CNA series. I think that last week we just left off on like some basic things. We covered like the basic whatever. And if you don't know, then I'll just recap it for you very quickly. I think we started with, obviously, if you're going to be a travel nurse, you need to know that there's going to be a lot of traveling entailed with your job. If you want to travel to you can travel 2 types of ways: locally or not locally, like outside to other states. You can really travel globally, but let's just stick with internationally, or domestically. So you can travel within your state with some of the what are they called, per diem apps like Snap Nurse and Clipboard Health and things like that. You could travel within your state with those. Or when you want to travel to other states, you obtain your license through the reciprocity or endorsement application, and you find that by going to the state that you want to travel to, Board of Nursing. So for me, I'm in Maryland. I obtained my original license in Virginia. So let's just say I wanted to get my Pennsylvania license. Pennsylvania is one of the easier states to obtain your license in with a short turnaround time. So I would literally Google Pennsylvania CNA reciprocity slash endorsement application. It will pull up the Board of Nursing and it'll say something like, what was I say? The Board of Nursing's website will come up and it'll give you something like apply for license, renew CNA license, reciprocity, endorsement. Look for those words on the screen, or you can just simply type into the search bar at the top of your screen and do a word search for reciprocity application or endorsement application. Some states do charge for you to endorse your license through their state. So again, I obtained my license originally in Virginia. So when I was ready to obtain my Maryland GNA CNA license, I had to, I'm sorry, I just got really sidetracked. When I was ready to obtain my Maryland GNA CNA license, I had to fill out an application, get live fingerprinting done, and obtain a $20 money order and put it all together with my application, send it into the Maryland Board of Nursing, which if I have any cousins in Maryland or in Baltimore, that's at the Ricestown Plaza off of Ricestown Road. You can also get your fingerprints done there at the plaza. There's a small office right by the food court where you can get fingerprints, background, all types of great things done like that. So you go to the plaza. I took mine up there because I was not taking any chances with my license getting lost in the mail or my information getting lost in the mail. Like, it was a process for me to get my Maryland GNA CNA license. So altogether, I think all those expenses came to about $70. $50 for the background check, and then $20 for the money. $50 for the fingerprinting and $20 for the money order that had to be sent in with it. And I believe that my license is definitely still active. That was 2000, I don't know. But my license is still active until May 28th of this year, at which point I will have to fill out it's ringing, y'all. I will have to get re-fingerprinted and purchase another money order and turn in my application to the Board of Nursing. Now, in Maryland, it is a two-step process. You don't just send in your license and you're automatically granted your GNA CNA license. It doesn't work like that. Here, you get what's called a 90-day letter. So the 90-day letter is supposed to give the Board of Nursing time to actually put your license all the way through. With a 90-day letter, you can still work. You're still considered a CNA. I don't know, like the GNA CNA, I don't know, because when I went to Job Corps and I went to Virginia and got my CNA license, I'm a CNA. Maryland is one of the few states, Maryland and Ohio, they have a little bit of a different regiment for their Board of Nursing. I know that they have STNAs, temporary nursing assistants or something like that. I know that some states are offering and accepting the temporary CNA licensures. I'm not really familiar with that. I never heard about that until COVID happened, and I'm seeing it on like the groups and things like that, but I'm not too familiar with it. I'm more so familiar with the full CNA license. And so come at the end of May, I'll have to redo that whole endorsement application. That's another thing that I wish I would have known about being a traveler, is that the more licenses you obtain, you have to keep up with those. And if you don't keep up with them and you're in the middle of an assignment, say you're in Illinois and your Illinois license expires, you can't work. And Illinois might not be as forgiving as Virginia or Maryland and let you renew it over the phone real quick, or just pay a little $35 online, or just go in the parking lot real quick. I don't know. I've never been to Illinois, so it might be a little bit different, varying state to state. As a staffed employee working in Virginia, there were multiple instances in which staff was working and their licensure was expired. So they had to leave until they got it done. Some of them were able to go in the parking lot, make a real quick phone call, pay it over the phone. Some were able to do it online. Some of them were just like, okay, well, I don't have the money right now to renew my license, so I can't work until I can pay it. So it just varies, and you want to make sure that you really keep up with when your licenses need to be renewed. You can use a planner, notebook, your calendar on your phone, your calendar on your computer, your calendar on your smart Apple Watch, whatever you have to use. I would definitely recommend writing down those dates, and maybe about a week or two before they expire, just setting a reminder so that way you can renew them before it's too late. Let's see, what else did we talk about? Last week we talked about and this is just like a real simple recap. I'm hoping that some of my cousins come on here and start commenting some things that they would like for me to go over. If you've been following me adamantly, then you know that I now live in San Francisco, California, and I left my notebook, the notebook with all of my content plans in it. I left that in San Francisco. So I'm kind of like winging this off the top of my head, and like I do have some notes in my phone, but obviously I'm using my phone to record and talk to y'all now, so I'm just winging it. Also, some of y'all have actually personally reached out to me and asked me, is everything okay? You follow me on TikTok, or you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any of my other social media platforms, and y'all have been asking me, am I okay? Is everything okay? Like, what's going on? My energy just seems down, like I'm not like my usually bubbly, enthusiastic self, and like the answer is honestly no, y'all. Like, I got real life problems going on, and I just, one thing, I guess this kind of like ties into what I wish I knew before I became a CNA or Travel CNA, is that for the past 7, 8 years, my response to death or people dying is completely desensitized. And I have some things going on in my family that are forcing me to have to deal with those emotions that I haven't dealt with in the past 7 or 8 years because of my career. And I'm not, I don't want to put too much information out there right now because at the end of the day, God has the final say so. But in the past 8 years, like when family members have passed away or are in their journey to passing away, like actively dying and things like that, it hasn't bothered me. Like I've lost my grandfather, I've lost a copious amount of homies and friends and classmates. I've lost a lot of people. It feels like this past year of my life, being on the road or being on my I just came into the realization that I've been on tour for the past year and I didn't even know it. So this past year that I've been on tour, I've lost a lot of friends. I've lost a lot of people from around the way, a lot of homies that I grew up with, people that I went to school with. Like, I've lost a lot of people and I never really dealt with it. I never really, like grieved. I haven't gone through the grieving process because it's like, as a CNA, when you're in the field, you can't leave the floor when, a resident passes away. I've worked places where they're like, oh, you about to cry, you can just go home. Well, no, I can't just go home because I got bills to pay. I need this whole 8-hour or 12-hour shift. I just got to deal with it. And so this field has completely desensitized me to death. And there is something very rapidly approaching that I'm going to have to deal with. And because I've never really dealt with grief or grieved or mourned properly, that's what y'all seeing. I guess this is just the beginning stages of my mourning process, or like all of the mourning that I haven't done. And I know that this time is about to come. I don't know, but I definitely wish that I would have known before I became a CNA that the way I deal with life in general is just going to change. Like, I definitely appreciate my elders, I definitely appreciate my ancestors, my elders, everybody that has come before me. It's made me love on my family a whole lot harder because it just, especially when COVID happened, it just really like, phew, like you could really be here today and gone tomorrow. And if you don't know, I'm from Baltimore. I'm from East Baltimore, down the hill. You feel me? Compton, Louisiana, Montford, Rose, all that, Pettis Park, all that. I'm from over east, and they don't call Baltimore, Maryland, Murderland, murder capital for nothing. One summer, from Monday to Friday, I saw a body drop, same spot, same block, every single day, like 5 days in a row, 5 bodies dropped. That's normal for us. That's so normal. Like, you see what I'm saying, that I'm smiling? Like, I'm not smiling because it's funny, but like, it's normal. Like, I think I was in the 3rd grade when I the first time I lost a homie. You know what I'm saying? May you rest peacefully, Ray J. May you rest peacefully, Sunshine. Like, no, that wasn't even them. That was like 6th, 7th grade when Ray J and Sunshine passed away. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even keep up with when people passed away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even. It's just, I don't know. Like, like they say, there's no therapist for the therapist, there's no caretaker for the caretaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, or who's the therapist for the therapist and who's the caretaker for the caretaker? Because they say that we some of the worst people to, take care of or whatever. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. I said all that to say that no, I'm not okay emotionally, and I'm just trying to push through it and be a good version of myself daily. I won't say the best because right now the best feels like too much work. So as long as I'm a good version of myself, I don't have to be great. I don't have to be extraordinary. I just need to be a good enough version to get up and do what I need to get done. Now, maybe in a couple days, week, whatever, however long this process takes, I'll be back to my better, bester self. But right now, that ain't where it's at. And I wholeheartedly believe that, like, you cannot heal in the environments that you got sick in. And me escaping Baltimore the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd time, that don't really happen out here. Like, Baltimore is a trap. Like, this is a trap for real. Like, I don't know, y'all, like, well, what does this have to do with being a travel CNA? I'm gonna bring it full circle for you. Don't worry about it. Just hold on, sweetheart. Just, if you gotta save this for your watch later, save it for your watch later. But Baltimore is a trap. This is not the type of place that you get out of once for most people. And if you get out of it twice, whoo, and a 3rd time, oh, you a unicorn, baby. You a unicorn. Because this city don't let nobody go. There's only one way out this city. Most times. 2 ways. Death, and you be blessed. Like, I've been blessed. You get a career. You have a family. You have means to support you to get out of here. I was blessed. I'm still blessed. Most of the people that I know that are my age, most of my peers, they don't do what I do. There's nobody to look to the left or to the right. Is there an example, or how I'm supposed to do this, or whatever the case may be? I wholeheartedly believe with every ounce and every fiber of my being that if I would have never left Baltimore, I would not be a CNA, and I would probably be a single mom. That is the example that's around me. I love all my nieces, nephews, godsons, goddaughters, extra kids, bonus kids. I love them all. God knew that was not something that I could handle, plus the weight of the calling that's on my life. Because just this alone, and probably this past year being on tour, I've come more into the fullness thereof of who I am. And if I had to do this with a kid, baby, there would be no real life plug. This would not be happening. This would not be going on at all, period. Like, I would not have become a traveler. I would be regular probably. And I think that's my biggest fear, is being regular. I can't lie to you. Like, again, being on tour, coming to the fullness of who I am, I didn't know that I had this within me, that I was capable of achieving the things that I've achieved in the past year. Literally every day, a 365 event for me. Like, it went from trying to make it a routine, from a routine to a habit, and from a habit to a lifestyle. I do something new every single day. Every single day I'm doing something for the first time that I've never done before. Is there routine to my day? Yes. Is there structure to my day? Yes. Throughout the course of the day, I'm learning that, oh my God, I know how to do this. Like, running a healthcare staffing agency. Didn't know that I knew, the things that I do with my team, I didn't even know that I knew how to do it. You know what I'm saying? My team would be like, how do you know how to speak so well? How do you know how to handle these questions? How do you know how to talk on the phone? How do you know how to do this? How do you know how to do that? I don't know. I didn't even know that I could do it. I didn't even know that I could do it. I was being a travel CNA before I even knew what being a travel CNA was. I didn't even know that I possessed the ability to, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a little girl from a young age, I want to be a nurse. I want to be a travel nurse. I want to be a nurse. My grandmother fell down the steps one time. I was helping her, I iced her and everything like that, gave her some Tylenol, and I just was really like being very attentive to her needs. And she looked at me right before I got ready to go home that day. She said, "Baby, you will make an excellent nurse." And from that day forward, I just was like, all right, I'm gonna be an RA. Well, life happened, especially that summer that I had to go to summer school, the 11th grade. I don't know, like, let me just tell y'all, like, full circle again. If I would have never left Baltimore, I probably would be a single mother and be regular. In the 11th grade, I failed AP Chemistry and AP US History. In my mind, I was like, that's it. It's wraps for me. I just want to have a baby and get a job, and I'm gonna just live life. Like, I can't believe I had to go to summer school. Like, in my mind, that was the worst thing. I was a failure, and I was gonna be a single mother. Everybody else around me was doing it, and it was hard. It was definitely hard. But they had support systems, they had me, all types of things. So I just was like, all right, I'm about to just give up and be regular. I'm about to just have a baby. Well, God still has other plans for me. Your girl has polycystic ovarian syndrome. I can't just pop out a baby when I want to. And at first, I used to be mad. I used to be heated about the PCOS. Now, especially this past year that I've been on tour, oh my God. Thank you, Lord, for the PCOS. Coincidentally, while I've been on tour, I've also been celibate. Took a break for a minute and I'm hop back on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just eliminate all possibilities whatsoever of a baby. No, I can't handle it. And there is strength in that. I don't have the support system for me to have a kid. I don't have the support system for me to be a single mom. I like to sleep. I am extremely selfish, and I'm okay with that now. For years, like, somebody once told me I was too selfish to be a parent. So I spent years pouring out and overextending myself. And then one day, this past year on tour, since I've been on tour, I just like, no. No, I don't have to do these things. I don't owe anybody anything. I don't have any kids. I don't have a man. My mother is my mother. My siblings are grown. All of them are adults now. I don't owe anybody anything. Do what I can for my god kids when I could do it. But other than that, I'm getting selfish. And how does that full circle all the way back around into what I wish I knew before I became a travel CNA? When I was making like 5 bands a week, y'all, I did not know what to do with that money. I was literally just giving people money. Like, I've always been a giver. I've always been a sower. It's nothing to me to give. You feel me? But like, when I say I was giving people money like $200, $300, $400 at a time, because I had $5K, no real bills, my car was paid off, I lived at home with my mom, my phone bill was like $60, like, my hair was done, my nails were done. What else was I supposed to do with that? I don't have a lot of friends, and if I do, they can't do what I'm doing when I do it. So it's like, all right, if you ever like was like with a hood nigga, you feel me? Like, if you was ever with a hood nigga, and you'd be like, oh, babe, he'd be like, babe, come do this with me. And you'd be like, I can't, I gotta work. And he'd be like, just call off, I'll pay you for today. That's what I was on. Like, don't worry about it. Come on, we going to PA. We going hit. We going to VA. Let's go. But they couldn't and sometimes can't do what I do because we live, two totally different lifestyles. And that's not to like be prideful or haughty or arrogant or anything like that. We live different lifestyles. Another thing that I wish I knew before becoming a travel CNA is that you're gonna lose friends. Let me tell y'all, this past year on tour is the loneliest I have ever. No. I'm lying. The first year that I was on tour, last year I was on tour. Tour started March 2021. I'm lying. Tour started February, March 2021. We in March 2022. So November 20, I moved my best friend to Virginia with me. Again, I was making money. Like, I had about 30 bands saved up at one point because I was just making money and didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know, like, I knew about investing, but in my mind, like, I didn't have enough to invest. Like, I thought you had to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, I didn't know. Like, again, that's not the example that was provided to me living here in Baltimore. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know how to tap into that. I didn't know how to, none of that. So I think Clubhouse had just launched, like the beta form of Clubhouse, the app. And everybody was like trying to hurry up and get on Clubhouse and sell their invites and all this and all that. And so I finally got on Clubhouse. I'm getting sidetracked, my bad, y'all. I had 30 bands saved up. I moved my best friend to Virginia with me. My on and off toxic ex was in, like, living with me, but not living with me, but living with me. I had moved another friend into my apartment. Like, come on. Like, this was just big mama's house, small scale. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had 30 bands. I thought I was doing something. Let me tell y'all something. 30 bands is not no money. Okay? 30 bands, like, okay. If you know what you're doing with 30 bands, it's money. If you have a plan, a financial advisor, you know what to do with your money, 30 bands is something. I blew through 30 bands in 2 months because I didn't know what to do with the money. Whatever we wanted, we was getting it. Wherever we wanted to go, we were going. Wherever we wanted to eat, we was eating. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ate good. Then when the money disappeared, that's when everybody else started to disappear. That's when I was like, okay, we need to make some executive decisions around here. Y'all want to leave because the money gone? Let me show you what I'm gonna do because the money gone. So, you know, some of those relationships dissolved, but I was speaking on that to say that when you become a traveler, like, if you made it this far in life and you don't know who your real friends are, you're gonna find out who your real friends are when you become a traveler. People stop answering the phone. I'm always in different time zones, so I could obviously look at my watch and be like, oh, bit, woo, 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 get the information, right? My bad. Get the information and find out what time it is, wherever it is for the person that I'm looking for. But I don't do that because it's just, I be having too much to do. I be having too much to do. So I really don't care what time it is when I call. If you see my call or my text message, return it. And if I'm awake, I'm going to answer it. If I'm not on a plane, I'm going to respond. But if I don't respond, I'm probably asleep or on a plane. But what I'm trying to say is that you're going to lose friends during this transition, especially because you're making a career out of something that was not intended to be a career in the way that you're making it a career, right? Obviously, you go into the nursing homes, you see women, aides, nurses that have been there for 40, 50, 35 years. You feel me? They got their job, and that's where they've been at for years. That ain't me. That ain't my testimony. That's why I travel. I like to go new places. If I have to keep being in the same building consistently, like showing up to the same place over and over, it's wraps for me. I don't want nothing to do with it. That's one of the things that I love about being a traveler. So what I'm trying to say is you're going to lose friends. You're not going to be able to establish those meaningful relationships with people. Like, people gonna want to talk to you because, like, oh yeah, you lit, you traveling, you doing this and the third, you got some money. Most of the time you only want to hear from people when they want money. I wish that I really knew that before I got started traveling. And I've been traveling like I said, I've been traveling for years before I even knew that Traveling CNA was Traveling CNA. Most of the time I only hear from people when they want money. I don't have no money for y'all. I don't have no money for y'all. I was just homeless in November, sleeping in my car in the dead of winter, in Atlanta, Lithonia. If you've been following me, then you know the story. If you're not following me, then you need to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now so you can scroll through my content and watch the story. And at some point, I'm gonna do the whole big story. I'm gonna do the whole big story time just like I did for Miami, and we're gonna get it popping from there. But I was just homeless. It wasn't nobody for me to call. It wasn't nobody to be like, oh, can I hold $10? Can I hold $20? Can I I mean, I have my group. That's the thing. I have my core group, the same people I've been cool with since '09. They the ones that I call like, hey, yo, can I hold this? Can I hold that? Can you send me some groceries right here to this address right here? Saquon is the queen of sending me some groceries. She might not be able to send me some money, but Saquon gonna make sure I eat. You understand? Tina, I need $20 so I can get my inhaler. Sis send me 30. Nene, I need $50 to fill up my gas tank. Send me a cool C-note, a cool bean for real. If you don't have that circle already before you get started traveling, I would highly recommend finding that circle. Or you know what, some people just don't have it. So that's why I say, hey, you need to have some money saved up before you start traveling. It's not free. I keep telling y'all, traveling is not free. And I'm not saying that I was traveling as a CNA and I was broke last year. That's not what was happening. But we're gonna get into that in another story time. Drop some comments down below if y'all want the story time about that. But you definitely need to have some money saved up because literally anything can happen on the road. People are like, oh, I don't take the benefits that come with my travel contract. Why? You could literally get in a car accident on your way to your assignment. And because that's your start date, on your way to your assignment, your benefits will cover you in that accident. But if you don't take the benefits that come with the package, then you gotta pay using your regular health insurance and your regular car insurance when you could put it on the company's dime. I get it. Sometimes there are situations where you need to emergently or urgently travel and you need to hurry up and be on a contract and you need to start making some money. I get that. However, if you can control that, if you can wait a little bit, try to have at least 2, 3, 4 bands saved up. At least 2. At least 2. I know for me, my partner, my team, for Cat Med staff, he asked me, he said, well, how much money do you need to live a month? At a minimum, 10 G's. They're like, oh my God, what do you spend your money on? I don't spend my money, I don't spend all $10,000. I like to see money sitting in my account. I like to just see the comma or the commas in my account. I just like that. I like to see the money in my account. I don't necessarily need to spend it. I like to see it. And if I got it and I decide, hey, you know what? I want to hop back in the field. I want to take a travel assignment. I already got the money. I'm not waiting for the first week. I don't need them to take it out the pay package. I got the money to get me to my assignment, to get my rental car, to get my place for wherever I'm staying. And that might be the whole 3, 4, 5 bags taken up. Grab some groceries. Got enough money to maneuver for the first week. And then I might got a band left, $1,000 left. I'll be forgetting that. Some of y'all don't know what that is. A band is $1,000. So a C note and a beam, and a C note and a beam is $100, and a slug out here in Baltimore is $1. So got a band, C note, slug. So I might have a band left, and this might be a week that a godson, goddaughter, somebody might need something. So I might not even really have a band left, as opposed to traveling with no money. And this is an emergency contract, or let's just be honest. Let's move past emergency contracts. Y'all don't know how to manage your finances. Y'all don't know how to manage your finances. And it's okay, but it's not okay. Now that we have acknowledged that you don't know how to manage your finances, now it's time to start managing your finances correctly. So if you want to have some conversations about that, comment that down below as well. Put some thumbs up, whatever, and we can talk about different strategies to use to learn how to save money, because it's not extra money. It's not money for you to blow. We need to start implementing some goals and short-term and long-term goals with this money. Like, what's the point in having the money and if all you got is materialistic things? This can be here today, gone tomorrow. Throw some bleach on it, it's gone. $71 scrub top, gone. I'd rather have $71 in stock. I'd rather have 71 Bitcoins, Dogecoins, Ethereum, NFTs, properties. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why the stigma attached to being a CNA is so negative, because it's like we get this money, right? People think that we make all this money, and we can make all that money. But what do we do with it? Go buy a Lexus, an Act, an Infinity, might upgrade the house to a 3-bedroom apartment, and it's only just you, or it might just be you and your one son. Like, we do all these materialistic things with this money. That's why we always look fly, but we always broke mentally. And then you broke down in your body physically because you done worked all these hours just to have the newest Telfar bag, the newest Telfar bag, the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, to have the newest Balenciagas, Bodegas, Givenchy, like Fendi prints on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do all this work to get all these materialistic things, and then we go to the event, we look fly, and then we go back to work to wiping ass. Like, what was even the point? You gotta learn what to invest your money in. And that is something that I definitely wish I knew or understood or had information on how to do before I became a traveler. Because we can make a lot of money. Like I told y'all last week, I got a cousin of one of y'all that made 30 bands in 1 month on a travel assignment. Like, that is not heard of. That is not normal. That's super extraordinary. And I will always shout out my friend for that, because I'm extremely proud of them. Like, it takes a lot of work to make 30 bands in 3 months. That's 10 bands a month. Like, pre-COVID rates, CNAs was only making like 20, maybe 25, maybe 30 a year. The national average for what CNAs make per hour is $13.50. I'm gonna say that one more time. The national average for what CNAs make per hour is $13.50. No shift diff, no bonus, no none of that. $13.50. Now in Maryland, the tax rate here is 6%. So at $13.50 at 80 hours a week, my check is going to be somewhere between maybe $750, $785 after taxes. I'm looking at like $550. $550, $575 at $13.50 an hour. So why would I work 96 hours to make $1,500 to go buy one bag? Louis Vuitton Neverfull went up. So it's not $1,300 no more. It's not $1,500 no more. It went up. The price went up. Price of everything is going up. You could get an '06 Honda Accord with 2 doors and a hole in the muffler for like a band back in the day. Now they want full retail value price for an '06 Honda Accord coupe with a hole in the muffler. 5, 6 bands. Inflation, things are rising. So as things are rising, you need to start rising your work ethic. You need to start coming up with them goals. It's time to elevate. And that full circles back around into my it girl season. That girl. Hello. Wait. Is this Joy? Is this Joy? Because Joy, you know, that scared me. Joy, I hope that's you, because that's scary. That really scared me. I hope that's Joy or Danielle or Jackie. Any of y'all, any of my girls, I hope that's y'all. But that really scared me. So full circle coming back around into it girl, that girl era, season, series, whatever you want to call it. Like, you have to start putting yourself in the environment. First of all, removing yourself from environments that are not conducive for your growth. So if you're working at a facility that is only paying you $13.50 an hour and you've been there for years, you're on time, your uniform is ironed, you're a hard worker, all of those things. Oh, hey Danny, you know, it says your mom's name right there, so I was really scared. Like, hello ancestors? Are you speaking to me on my YouTube live? Usually you just send a bird or some angel numbers to let me know what's going on. Now y'all gonna start popping up. I'm sorry I ain't listen. I'm sorry I was trying to understand what the dream meant, but I ain't get it. I'm sorry I ain't check into the University of Cosmic Intelligence last week. I was kind of tired. Girl, I was ready to go in thinking, thinking the ancestors was talking to me on my life. But anyway, full circle, you have to first begin to remove yourself from those environments that are not conducive for your growth, that don't help you grow, that don't promote your growth or a thrust, a forward motion. If you're in an environment that's just like lateral and descending, and that's it, it doesn't get any higher than the low point, that's not the place for you to be in. The second thing that I highly recommend is that if you already have 1 year's experience in a long-term care facility and you're interested in being a traveler, like I said at the beginning of this live, there are 2 ways that you can travel: locally and not locally. I don't know what the opposite of locally is. I think it's domestic or internationally. You can travel from state to state. If you're somebody with, responsibilities like a kid, a house, a husband, big family, things like that, then maybe traveling locally would be a better option for you as opposed to trying to travel state to state. Now, since COVID is over, there are a lot of states beginning to put pay caps on how much travelers can make. CNAs, medical assistants, nurses, RNs, telemetry, it doesn't matter what your specialty is, they're putting caps on nurses' pay. So what you can do is take what's called travel per diem assignments, which typically requires you to already have some money saved up because nothing is free. I do know of several assignments in California that are not necessarily per diem, but they are more so intended for people who already live in California. That's what that local assignments are called. Some people do take local assignments and turn them into travel assignments. I've done it. I did it, and I didn't even know that I was doing it. California is an expensive state, so regardless if you take a travel assignment or you take a local assignment, you need to have some money saved up. Like, it's just not safe to travel with no money. It never was, and it never will be safe to travel with no money. And I understand that sometimes things do come up, but if you can help it, please have some money. Please have some money. I'm also aware, I was reminded of one of my cousins on here. She was traveling, got an Airbnb, and somebody came into her stay while she was there. Luckily, she was able to find a hotel in the middle of the night that still had opening for her, but that next morning she was gone. I don't know how much her contract was for. It could have been 20, 30, 50K, however much, but her safety was in jeopardy, and I don't blame her for leaving. So you need to have money to get to the assignment, stay at the assignment, and in case you need to leave the assignment early, you need to have some money for that too. That situation could have gone very badly for her. I'm so grateful that she's alive and okay, but you need to have contingency money. If you can help not traveling without having money, please do not travel without having money. Like, that should be one of the biggest takeaways from today's live. Like I was saying to y'all, you're gonna lose your friends, you're gonna lose your family. They can't understand the growth that's happening to you. They can't understand the change that is no longer just an inward change, but it's also an outward change. I mean, obviously, we work in 12-hour shifts taking care of old people. We're gonna get strong, you're gonna lose some weight, only gonna be a little, you know what I'm saying? But there's going to be an internal change that comes with you as well, because you realize that, wow, I can really do all of these things that people said I couldn't do. It's just me out here on the road. I have to figure out a lot of things on my own. Things that I'm used to depending on people for, being able to pick up the phone and be like, hey, are you available? Can you help me? You can't do that when you're on the road. You can't. You just gotta do it. So you develop a higher sense of independence. If that wasn't something that you had before, if you were already independent, then it's like a cakewalk for you. It's like another level of hyper independence or something. Like, I'm hyper independent, trauma induced, all that good stuff. But which is why being a traveler works so well for me, because I do what I want. I know how to maneuver well in urgent situations. I know how to navigate through places. Like, when you're traveling, anything could happen, and you have to be able to think instantaneously. And pew, you got to be able to pivot and come up with a plan. You don't have time to be sad and depressed and wallowing and crying, because somebody could snatch you up while you crying. They could steal your car. You crying because they don't have the hours for you, and now they about to put you on a do not return list. You could get a flat tire in the middle of New Mexico and nobody is around. You need to have AARP or some type of car insurance that covers you wherever you are. Your car could be broke down. You need somebody to come tow you. You have no service on your phone. You wanted to go to T-Mobile and get the iPhone 13 for free, and now you're in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico, with no service. You can't call nobody because you wanted the free iPhone 13, which is not free. I'm sorry. I just feel like I need to keep telling y'all, like, nothing in life is free. You either going to pay on the front end or the back end or both, but it ain't free. You got to pay for it, okay? You want to be caught up with everybody else with the newest phone, this, that, and the third, but you don't have no service. Me, I went with AT&T. Y'all saw the video. If you didn't see the video after the live, go scroll through my videos, unboxing my iPhone 13 ASMR video. I went with AT&T because they have the FirstNet account for health care workers. They care that we need to be able to get in contact with our people to let them know, hey, I'm coming to work, I'm not coming to work, I'm on the side of the road, there's an armadillo on my roof, whatever. They care. AT&T cares. T-Mobile doesn't care about its healthcare workers. T-Mobile don't care about us. What did they give us when COVID first hit? Oh, y'all, if you don't pay your bill, that's okay. We're going to give you an extra month. That's all T-Mobile did. COVID happened. Let's get back on to the topic. Being a traveler is going to force you to grow up in so many different areas of your life. It's like a 360 elevation. Like, you're just going to elevate all around, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. You're just going to elevate, and everybody is not going to be happy about that. You're going to come back home and you're going to want to talk about what you did when you were a CNA on a cruise ship, or what happened when you were a CNA in a jail for 3 months, or what happened when you were in Pennsylvania or Tennessee or Iowa or Illinois. You're going to want to talk about all these things, and the people around you are not going to be able to relate. So it's going to make the conversation feel a little bit dry. It's going to make it feel like, y'all ain't really fucking with me. Y'all ain't really rocking with me. Maybe we can't talk. It happens. I mean, I got love for all of my friends. If I ever called you a friend, I got love for you. But if you're not one of my friends that travels, that has traveled, that aspires to do more and be more, and you might fall on the right side of regular, our conversations aren't the same. If you don't have the same drive, ambition, motivation for life, our conversations aren't the same, and it usually seems like it's dry, or it seems like I'm trying to brag about what I'm doing when I'm really just talking about what I'm doing. That's why I only hang around winners. This is why I only have friends. My friends are the same friends I've had since '09, and most of us all have the same drive, ambition, motivation, and vision for life. Our paths separate at times, but they always end up colliding again because we have the same drive. If we all head in the same direction, eventually I'm gonna look to my left and be like, oh, hey, homegirl. I'm gonna look to my right and be like, hey, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? But if you're around people who are content with being trappers, who are content with, and everybody's trap is different. The CNA field is my trap. YouTube is my trap. You feel what I'm saying? Prior to this, my trap, nursing home. Shit, I'm trying to get in there right now while I'm here. Maybe it's just not God's plan for me to be doing that. I don't know. But I'm trying to make some money while I'm in Baltimore. That's the beautiful thing about being a CNA, is that 9 times out of 10, wherever I go, I can make money. Even if it's, I can make money. You feel what I'm saying? It could be private duty. It could be in a facility. It could be post-op recovery. Like, I made a career out of being a CNA. This is not just a job for me. This is a lifestyle. I turned it into a lifestyle. 8 years of hard work and dedication and wiping ass, 3 to 11, being assaulted by my patients, being treated differently because of the color of my skin, because of my age, because of where I'm from, all of that for 8 years, almost 10 years. I made a career out of it. And now I'm standing on this screen talking to you about it, giving you free game as to how you too can become a traveler. If I would have known 3 years or however long ago it's been since I last took my last travel assignment, I would have went so hard. I would have saved so much money. I would not have been taking 13-week assignments. I would have been taking 4 and 8-week assignments, and I would have been on go 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 go. But I didn't know. So that's why I started this podcast. That's why I started this channel, to help other me's. It don't matter if you're 27, 28, 38, 48, 68, 16. You just got your CNA license. Tap in to this podcast. Share with a fellow nurse, CNA, medical professional. If you laid up in the hospital room right now with COVID, tell your nurse to tune into this podcast. If you just chilling, you got a homegirl that's in her second year of nursing school, tell her to tune into this podcast. For real, like, I'm a real life plug, baby. I know a little bit about a lot and a lot about a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to share with y'all the knowledge and the information that I wish I had before I became a traveler. My life probably would have been completely different. I probably would not be on this screen talking to y'all now if I would have known all the things that I knew before. So my hope, my prayer is that y'all take this information and y'all see that? That was a run. I was trying to run. Run with it. Run with the tools. Run with the knowledge. Run with the information. There is money. There is room out here for everybody to eat. You're not worried about somebody stealing your podcast idea? Nope, because what's meant for me is always going to be for me at the exact moment that it's meant to be. You're not worried about somebody stealing? Nope. You're not worried about somebody trying to take your job? Nope. You're not worried about somebody else starting another part? Nope. What's meant for me is going to always be for me at the exact moment that it's meant to be, and not a moment before. And honestly, before COVID, being a travel nursing was known, but it wasn't known, and definitely not for CNAs or medical assistants or phlebotomists or any other medical professional was travel nursing or travel medical professional made known. Like, it's a thing now. Like, everybody knows about it now. Like, well, I can't even say everybody, because I was just talking to a young lady the other day and she didn't know that she could travel outside the state with her CNA license. So it's becoming a more popular thing. However, like I've explained to y'all on TikTok, Twitter, and in the Facebook groups, and I will reiterate in the last video that I'll be uploading for today. It's probably like between 8 and 10. I'm gonna upload the last video, so make sure y'all got your post notifications turned on. So y'all can check that out. Springtime, the travel rates are decreasing. They're not going to be as high as they were last spring. Last spring we were still we were climbing up the mountain. No, I'm lying, because we've been in the panoramic for 2 years. And last spring I was doing post-op recovery, so I don't even know what the travel rates looked like last spring. But travel rates from 2020, you are definitely not about to see that in 2022. Like I just explained to y'all, they're putting a pay cap on how much nurses, medical professionals, travel medical professionals can make. It's raining here and allergies are kicking my butt. There's another little piece of tidbit about traveling. Make sure you always got your allergy medicine with you. Make sure you always, if you can help it, try to have more than one inhaler. Try to keep one in your car and one on your person, or one in your locker at the facility and one in your person at all times if you do struggle with like allergies. But it's the springtime, rates are going to be lower anyway. We are at the end of the panoramic, so it's going to be lower anyway. They're putting pay caps on how much our wages. It's going to be lower anyway. Inflation, pay rate's going to be lower anyway. A lot of these agencies and companies were charging 2-3 times the amount per hour. Their bill rate, they had quadrupled it for us to be there. So a lot of agencies grew too big, too fast. And now it's time to pay taxes and audits, and all of these things are being done. Pay rates are not going to be as high as they once were. Will there be another time in which there's another panoramic? Probably. We're probably on the cusp of it right now. We don't even know it. Especially with this war going on and everything like that, pay rates are probably going to be even higher. We're probably going to start seeing international worldwide global travel of nurses and CNAs and things like that. So if you want to get into the travel game, right now is the time to start getting that experience, to start filling out those applications, and to start doing your reciprocity and endorsement applications, because it's a war going on. It's a war going on, and it ain't looking too good, y'all. It ain't looking too good, y'all. So anyway, if you like this type of content, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn those post notifications on so you can be on time for every single cousin walk, every single car ride, every single sit down session. Be on time for the kinfolk link up. Why? Because this is where it's at, and this is where you want to be, period. We got 52 days to get 575 cousins on this walk with us. I have built all of my social media platform followings organically. I have not paid for any ads. All of my followers are real followers. I don't have any bot accounts or anything like that. I would love to keep it that way. I would love to keep it that way. So please make sure you share this and get me 1K by 5/14. That's my birthday. It's gonna be my 28th birthday. Hopefully I'm waking up in Houston and I'm going to go see my boo. Sorry, he's not my boo yet, but hopefully I'm gonna see Caitlin. So like, comment, and subscribe. 575 cousins, 52 days. I think we can do it. Peace, love, and blessings. We still out.